All right, Brianne, welcome, welcome. So, just wanted to say hello, welcome everybody to our certificate workshop. What we do is 4 days a week, we get together and just learn about different vendors, different destinations, different, you know, whatever, seven wonders of the world, cruise lines, etc. So it's kind of fun. You get to relax, but we learn together. Okay, so and that's of course my daughter from Cancun. Hold on one second. Hello, hello.
What's that?
How's Cancun?
I don't know. We only woke up like 10, 15 minutes ago.
Okay, did you find the bar last night? I saw you doing shots. Was that at the bar?
Yeah, we're open. How will we just eat on top?
Because you said it was closed when you got there.
The front bar is they have like side bar thing over.
Got it. Okay, yeah, because I was thinking, why would they close in Cancun at 11? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they put it on those only lounge.
Got it. All right. Can I call you right back after my training?
Maybe we're gonna go out and get breakfast and stuff. So I'll probably talk to you later.
Okay, call me later. I want to hear everything. Love you.
Okay,
Bye. Sorry. So she actually went to Cancun and their flight was canceled. She was stuck in Austin. And thank goodness she got in and there she is. So anyway, so no, this isn't a presentation, is at the presentation. Yay, Christine. All right. So again, just wanted to share with you guys. So we're doing Wales today. Okay. So the cool part about doing this together, guys, first off, you learn together. We help each other with the test. Okay. We don't, nobody fails. Okay. Because we help each other. And it's also good because a lot of people may have experienced these places or gone there or know something about it. So you get to learn firsthand. So that's also what's fun about this. Okay. Some of them are short, some of them take weeks to finish. Disney did, Princess did. But just so you know, we do record them. Okay. So right here, in my YouTube channel are all the trainings that I do. Okay. They're all recorded. You can go back. So like Princess, we just completed Princess and got a free cruise. All we have to do is pay port taxes and fees. A 14-day cruise to Greece and Italy in May, I think it is, for only 205 a piece. Okay, 14 days. So we just finished that, Princess. It's right down here, somewhere right here, the final exam. It was tough. We just did a Cunard on this past Sunday. So again, like I said, it's great to do together because some people had different test questions. So it's like, we were able to help them also. Okay. So there's all the videos. And then also our lovely Sandy, created a spreadsheet that has them all in order. So you don't have to jump around on my site. You can go right here and I'm going to post it here for you guys. So it's under our incentive vouchers. If you're not part of this group, make sure you join it. I'll go ahead and give you the link for that. This is a great group to be in to be able to use vouchers to promote your business. But I wanted to show you here under featured the link with all these trainings. So again, you guys can do these on your own, but if you want to do them with us, come join us Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Also, any ones that we've already done here, up here is all the vendors, the programs that have the trainings. Okay, so make sure you register with them. Okay. It's not up yet, but I'll tell you what we're going to be doing. So as you see here, destinations, okay, we've done all these, the ones in yellow we're doing this month. And then we have hotels and resorts, cruises, skies, Marriott. I definitely recommend you get in and complete your Marriott before you lose the perks. I'm going to Omaha, staying the night at Thursday night. I got it for $56, regularly $179, okay, because of my perks. with Marriott. As you see, we've done Princess, we're Royal Caribbean. We're going to be doing a Norwegian this or next month. Okay. So again, attractions in here, make sure you join us for them. Okay. So the schedule for next month is right here. We're going to be doing Dominican Republic, Africa, Dubai, Bali, Dallas, Texas, RIU, IHG. Those are two hotel programs. Okay. Have great deals. CLIA, you must be a member, but we're going to be doing some trainings on that. Hawaii, the Big Island, we're going to be doing AM Resorts, the 4th part. Ecuador, New Zealand, Azamara, Norwegian, and then we're going to be off for Easter. Okay. So again, join us next month for all these. And just wanted to share all that with you. So again, welcome aboard, any new agent. What happens is these we either read or we watch videos, okay? And then when we get to the test part, then we do the test together. Now, I want to tell you, a lot of people will follow along on their phone and then do the test online because you want to make sure you get your certificate. Once you get that certificate, you're going to post that on social media. Hey guys, I'm a Wales specialist. Look at all these exciting things you guys can do in Wales. Contact me today for a quote, okay? Something like that. So again, that's why we do them. You get a certificate. Also, a lot of times you get different perks, fam trips, familiarization trips, free merchandise, stuff like that, promotional merchandise, okay? All right, so let's see how to do this now. Again, we all learn together. I'm an agent just like you guys. Okay, so visit Wales Pro. Okay, so I don't know if that's it. Okay, let me go over here, download. Okay, so here you can download, install. Okay, anybody get on here yet? Messages. Where is the April schedule? It's not posted yet. I have somebody doing the flyers for me. So we will make sure, hopefully it'll be out today or tomorrow. And then I'll post it in our incentive voucher group. I'll post it in Rising Tide. I'll post it in Evolution Enterprises and in Beach Bosses. Okay. All right. So let's see. Welcome to the Visit Wales training program and sales companion. This program has been designed to help you discover and sell Wales like a pro, anytime or anywhere, helping you maintain your expertise long after completing the embedded training course. So Visit Wales, welcome to the Visit Wales training program. Okay, we just read that. Okay. Okay, so now how do we move forward? Does anybody know? That was my message.
Go back, Marty. It's at the bottom where it says train. See the cap down at the bottom of your screen?
Down here. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So training library. Okay. Educate, engage, and become an expert. So we have essentials, discover Wales, and explore Wales. Okay. So let's get started. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Okay. So hopefully you guys can join us every day that we do it. All right, so here's a video. Can you guys hear it? It's just music. I have headphones, so I always get confused if you can hear it or not. All right. Okay, so an overview for, oh, look how beautiful that is. For a place with such dramatic landscapes from snow-capped peaks to wild coastline, Wales is compact and neighborly. Come to switch off and explore untouched valleys and sleepy villages, or come to enjoy the cosmopolitan and cultural capital. Cardiff, voted Britain's most sociable city. All right, Victoria, can you hear me now? So it's maybe just the music when they play the video that I need to put the speaker down. Okay. All right. You guys can hear me good? Yeah. All right. 2019 is Wales Year of Discovery, inviting visitors to explore the country, thank you, and its bountiful treasures. Delve into epic heritage with more than 600 castles to explore. Follow the North Wales Way to take in the magnificent Bermaris. Okay, again, please forgive me with pronunciation of some of these, okay? Correct me if you know the correct verbiage, but I apologize. So Carnarpan and Harlech castles, all World Heritage sites. Trek along the Cambrian Way through Snowdonia and Brecken beacons. Explore the coastal way to uncover literary greats at the National Library of Wales in Aberystwyth, and maybe even see dolphins, seals, or puffins at Cardigan Bay. Easily accessible from London, Manchester, Liverpool, or Birmingham. Wales is an adventure waiting to be discovered. In the following chapters, you will immerse yourself in this enchanting Celtic land and all that it has to offer your clients. Again, guys, if you have someplace you plan on visiting or want to learn about and we haven't done it, please let us know so we can add it to the schedule for next month, okay? So we're always looking for exciting things to do and visit, okay? All right, so getting in, one of the best selling points for Wales is that it's easily accessible. Wales is just a few hours by road and rail from most United Kingdom's main cities. And if visitors are coming from Ireland, there is a choice of direct ferries to both North and South Wales, as well as direct flights to Cardiff Airport. Cardiff Airport is situational in Roos, 12 miles southwest of Cardiff. Buses, trains, and taxis link the airport to the city center. The Cardiff Airport Express bus service runs regularly from the front of the terminal building. Taxis, this may be a test question, taxis cost approximately $39 or 30 euros. And a booking office is located outside the arrivals hall. A regular rail link connects the airport station to Cardiff Central and Bridgeend. A complimentary shuttle bus service is available between the terminal building and the station for passengers with a valid train ticket. Then you have several airlines that offer direct flights to Cardiff Airport from other parts of the UK, Ireland, and Amsterdam. Aer Lingus, Flybe, KLM, and Ryanair. In the UK, fast and frequent rail services run between London, Paddington, and Cardiff. Taking just over 2 hours. There is half-hourly departure to Cardiff Central with a stop in Newport and an hourly continuation to Swansea and onward connection to West Wales. Be sure to double check prior to travel as the schedule varies on evenings, Sundays, and bank holidays. There are also services from London Euston and Massachusetts to Londonderry Junction, Bangor and Holyhead. Wow. From Birmingham, Shrewsbury, and Crewe along the North Wales coast. From Birmingham and Shrewsbury to Aberystwyth and Lynn Peninsula. And then from Manchester, Shrewsbury, Portsmouth, Southampton, and Salisbury to Newport and Cardiff. And then trains also run between Cardiff and Swansea to Pembrokeshire. There are, I'm in the Wales page. Do I click on train? Yes, click on train at the bottom and that will take you to where we are. And then just click over to, we're on page 3. There are also connections to stations in Wales from the UK train network, okay? So you guys got all that? All right. So how many castles comprise King Edward's I Iron Ring, a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Anybody know?
4.
4. So let's click on 4. That's correct. Not a long trip at all. So see, first question, did everybody get it right? Thank you so much, Sierra. All right, so that's how we do it, guys. So if you're still signing in, don't worry, we will make sure not to go too far ahead, but that's how we do it. And then you answer the questions and move on. All right, no worries, Teresa. We'll wait for you on the final. And again, the first question was 4. All right, getting around. The only thing easier than getting to Wales is getting around it by train, bus, car, or even domestic flight. There are so many convenient ways to move around the country. And if you're keen to explore, you'll find plenty of journeys that are wonderful experiences in their own right. Wales has some of the most scenic roads, railways, and pathways in Britain. The most scenic drives in Wales count among the best in Britain. 3 unique national routes known as the Wales Way include the Coastal Way, the Cambrian Way, the North Wales Way. These are based around major roads that cross the length and breadth of the country, connecting things to see and do with places to stay and great spots to eat. Rail services run through the regions of Wales, usually on highly scenic routes such as the Cambrian Coast, Conway Valley, and Heart of Wales lines. The Explore Wales Pass offers unlimited travel on all mainline rail services in Wales. The Explore South Wales, North Wales, and Mid Wales passes all allow 4-day train travel. There are also a number of Rover and Ranger tickets available, which all offer unlimited train travel for 1 day on specific areas of the Transport for Wales network. All right, next, practicals. While English, sorry, let me do this. Sorry, can't talk right now. All right, while English is spoken throughout the country, Wales has its own language, which is Welsh, which is one of the oldest languages in Europe. Visitors will hear it spoken less often in the south or east, but in the north or west, it is quite common to hear conversations between locals in Welsh. The most direct contact visitors will have with the language will be with signs, which are written in Welsh and English. However, Nant Gwytheron offers Welsh language courses for visitors as well as residential courses for those who'd like to delve deeper into the language. Currency in Wales is the pound, also called pound sterling. 1 USD is equivalent to 0.77 pounds sterling. ATMs are widely available and major credit cards such as Visa and MasterCard are accepted in most but not all hotels and restaurants. There is absolutely no obligation to tip. A service charge automatically added to your bill is uncommon in Wales. Tips are only left if the service is particularly good or at least satisfactory. Up to 10% is common for good service. If you order at a bar or counter, you are not expected to tip. Taxi fares are often rounded up. Okay, good to know, right? High season in Wales, okay, another good thing to know is July to August, when the weather is at its warmest, and there are many festivals and events. So when's the best time? July to August. This time of year is when prices increase in coastal areas and national parks, but not in cities. Shoulder season is April to June, September to October. April to June is very dry, while October can be very rainy. Low season is November to March though prices rise to peak levels over Christmas and New Year. Snow can close roads in the mountains, and January and February are the coldest months. Okay, you guys learning anything? Well, now it's time to do your test. High season in Wales. What was it?
July to August, right?
July to August. That's correct. This is when the weather is the best. Okay. So do you got that, guys? See how we do it? Pull out key things because they try to trick you too. All right. What about hotels? Wow, look at that. How cool is that? This reminds me of going to see Shrek at Disney. All right. Wales has so many different varieties of accommodation styles that travelers can have several types of holidays in one. From a gleaming city townhouse hotel to a bed and breakfast, or out in the wild surrounded by green hillsides. Too much choice is always a good thing. You'll find amazing accommodation that fires the imagination all across Wales. From Mongolian yurts and green eco cabins to luxurious art hotels and historic, sometimes haunted, inns. Looking for a home away from home? Take your pick from rural cottages, buzzing hostels, family holiday parks, smart city apartments, or camping and caravan breaks. A self-catering cottage holiday in Wales brings independence and a sense of place as well. All right, how about feel like royalty or knight of the realm by checking into a real Welsh fortress for the night? In Wales, you could book a break in a Norman tower, a Victorian fortress, or a Gothic chateau by the Loire, or get a taste of rural life by booking a working farm holiday. That's kind of cool, guys. Those working holidays where you can go and like stay at different places and do, volunteer work. So a working farm stay in Wales brings visitors closer to the rural way of life without the 4:30 a.m. starts. Farm stays are great for families and active outdoor breaks. Wales is a country best lived out of doors, beneath a canopy of stars, far from the glow of civilization. Yurt holidays give a familiar landscape, a new prospect and tradition. Weatherproofed and with internal heating, yurt holidays can be a good choice year round, okay? Wales is also the perfect place for glamorous young couples looking for a fairy tale honeymoon location or a weekend away. From serene lakeside retreats to Victorian townhouses, rustic inns, and cozy bolt holes, there are beautiful beautiful escapes all across the country for a romantic getaway. For an unforgettable stay, be sure to book a night or two at Celtic Manor Resort, the creation of Wales' first billionaire, Sir Terry Matthews. Who's the first billionaire? Terry Matthews. It's an extraordinary resort that attracts large-scale events like the Ryder Cup and NATO Summit. How about Hotel Indigo? Indigo is located centrally in Cardiff and gives travelers a true taste of the culture, featuring rooms with 3 themes: made in Wales, Welsh industry, and Welsh music. For a maritime stay, opt for the Voco St. David's Cardiff. Located in the bustling Cardiff Marina, This property is perfect for both a taste of the local nightlife as well as an afternoon on its luxurious spa. For more information on accommodations in Wales, tap the link on this page. All right, so just so you know, these links and stuff, guys, you can click on them. They'll take you into another area. These are things that you can a lot of people will save these things on their computer or do a binder, for Europe, and have a binder so you can flip through if you have somebody wanting to know more information, where to stay in Wales. Now you can print this out and have all this details. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you, what these are and what you can do with them. Okay, all right, next, holidays and events. Okay, why not arrange a visit? And just so you guys know, in Europe and stuff, holidays means vacation. Okay, so we call it vacation, they call it holidays. Why not arrange a visit to Wales across one of the country's world-renowned events? The Welsh love their festivals and have them year-round to celebrate food and drink, arts and literature, music, and a range of fun and quirky themes. Berry Island New Year's Day swim. Spend New Year's Day swimming at Barry's Island alongside hundreds of equally adventurous people. Fancy dress is optional, but encouraged. That's in January. February, you have the Guinness Six Nations Rugby. Comes to Principality Stadium and soak up the unique atmosphere of the city center stadium. After the game, join the locals in one of Cardiff's watering holes. March, St. David's Day, a day full of children wearing black chimney hats and shawls, parades of leeks, daffodils, flags of St. David, and herds of red dragons on flags, of course. All of this is a celebration of the patron saint of Wales, St. David. Then you see the pictures, okay? April, you have La Fani weekend. Renowned author Dylan Thomas, former home and inspiration. La Farney is a scenic town alive with history. Like the town itself, this is a quirky festival that draws everyone from the coolest cult novelists to musicians, thinkers, and controversialists. Then you have, it's still in April, RHS Flower Show Cardiff. Come to Cardiff and take time to stop and smell the flowers at the RHS Flower Show Cardiff, which brings the city center to life this spring. See floral displays, features, and show gardens demonstrating the best RHS gardening practice. Then you have Raw Fest Youth Art Festival, Cardiff. Raw Fest is a youth arts festival for Wales planned and programmed by young people for young people. It showcases the best of youth arts today, valuing the original over the copy, the quirky over the conventional, the daring over the dull. How about May? Karfili Food Festival. Everybody loves food, right? Carfili Food Festival set to delight visitors when it returns to the town of Carfili in May. Thousands are expected to descend as it plays host to more than 100 stall holders who will tempt visitors with taste buds with delicious aromas and mouth-watering produce. Then you have Dylan Day. To build upon the legacy of Dylan Thomas 100 Festival, Dylan Day was created, a new annual day of celebration in the name of Wales' most famous literary son. It marks the date under Milkwood was first read on stage. How about Focus Wales? 3 days of music showcasing more than 200 bands using 20 stages. Hay Festival, the world's leading arts and literature event. Hay Festival is situated on the edge of the Brecken Beacons National Park. More than 600 of the world's greatest writers, performers, global policymakers, pioneers, and innovators appear in 800 events across 11 days. How the Lights Get In Festival. On the banks of the idyllic River Wye, find the festival where the world's leading thinkers come together to debate the most cutting-edge ideas of our time. This is the world's largest philosophy and music festival, okay? All right, now June, okay, so most of those are in May, okay, April, May. All right, June has the Cardiff Triathlon located in Cardiff Bay. The triathlon is one not to miss. Swim in the legendary bicycle, the scenic roads. Finish with a run out to Cardiff Bay Barrage. Then you have July, Llangollen International Music Eisteddfod. The annual festival will be held at the Royal International Pavilion in Llangollen. 6 days of music and folk dance from all over the world in one place. That sounds like fun. International Snowdon Race. Highest peak in Wales and England, always provides high drama, as almost 600 runners from across the world tackle the steep slopes. Then you have Big Cheese Festival. This year's new look festival will have a new layout and new feel with street food vendors, live lounge bar area, 3 huge food halls, and live cookery demonstrations. The event takes place with the stunning background of the largest castle in Wales, Karfili. Llangollen Fringe Festival. The festival includes an eclectic mix of performance-based events, including punk, reggae, rock, folk, flamenco, poetry, drama, art, and film. August, National Eisteddfod, a festival of Wales, its language and culture. Annually, the festival takes place for 8 days, and the central festival field is a vibrant one, teeming with stands, stalls, and shops, food, music, arts, and crafts, design, and architecture. Brecken Jazz, world famous jazz festival set in the beautiful Brecken Beacons, featuring more than 20 concerts. Pride Cymru, okay, Cardiff, Wales, LGBT Mardi Gras, trading as Pride, CYMRU, returns to Cooper's Field, Cardiff for Wales' biggest celebration of equality and diversity. September, you have Gladfest, the best contemporary writers featuring book signings, speakers, and a marketplace. Abergavenny Food Festival, one of the biggest events in the UK foodie calendar. 200 exhibitors from Wales and abroad, a food academy for children, a rolling program of chef demonstrations, and more. And then who doesn't love Elvis, right? Elvis Festival. Elvis lives thanks to the thousands of fans and tribute artists who attend this annual gathering of blue suede shoes, Vegas jumpsuits, and whopping sideburns. How about October? Gwyleld Conway Feast. The medieval town of Conway is transformed with the weekend festival that boasts the largest celebration of music, art, and food of Wales. November, Llandudno Christmas Fari. This festival brings an extraordinary array of stalls together, handpicked for their quality and diversity, with more than 100 craft stalls and 65 food stalls. Cardiff Winter Wonderland, the highlight of Christmas in the city. This returns to City Hall lawn with more attractions for the family to enjoy, including an ice rink. And then Karfili Christmas Market. Excite your senses in Karfili town and castle during Christmas time with decadent cuisine, the aroma of mulled wine, the joyous sound of street theater, and more than 100 food, craft, and gift stalls. Whew, lots of activities, right, guys? So again, you can print that out, share with the music lovers, the poets, etc. So during the month of May, your clients will love this festival where 100 stallholders will tempt the visitors' taste buds. Which one was that?
The Chirophili Food Festival.
Chirophili Food Festival. That is correct. One of the many festivals that they have. All right, guys. So everybody get that? No worries, Glenda. Okay, so Glenda, let us know where you're at or if you've caught up. The first question was true, I think, wasn't it?
No, it was 4.
It was 4.
4, thank you. 4. First question was 4. Second question was.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what the
All
July,
right.
August.
July, thank you. 4 July through August, and then here the CARERPHILLY food. All right, so there you go. If you're late, those are the 3 questions that we've already answered. All right, thanks, guys. How about a sample itinerary? Okay, this is good to try to share with your, again, have an idea, throw this out there. Guys, look, doesn't this sound exciting? Your clients will be surprised by what they come across on a whistle-stop touring itinerary. While it's only the tip of the iceberg, a week in Wales packs a mighty big punch. So day 1, start out at Monmouth, a historic town on the River Wye, with good shopping, a fortified medieval bridge, ruined castle where Henry V was born, and more. The scene couldn't be more different in the South Wales valleys, where iron and coal poured out of local furnaces and mines during the Industrial Revolution. At Blangnavan, a World Heritage Site, see how the workers lived and toiled at the ironworks. The next morning, get to know Cardiff before taking the M4 motorway out to Swansea. Its covered market, one of the best in Wales, sells all manner of local delicacies. How about next day, day 3, drive on to Gower Peninsula, an area of outstanding natural beauty. Go to Rosslea, its dramatic Land's End, where cliffs soar above the vast beach. The Pembrokeshire Coast National Park comes next, brimming with water-based activities, including sailing, swimming, kayaking, and surfing. Then you have day 4, Colby Woodland Garden, perched above the sea at Amrath, is a natural haven of wildflower meadows and woodland walks. With abundant wildlife, drive via Cardigan to New Quay. Cardigan Bay's seafaring days are flagged up along the quay where a list of 19th century tolls payable for landing goods is still displayed. Take a boat trip to see bottlenose dolphins. How about day 5? Aberystwyth, with the capital of Mid Wales, is a resort meets university town with a youthful vibe and some seriously traditional attractions, including Ceredigion Museum, Cliff Railway, narrow gauge Vale of Rheidol Railway to Devil's Bridge, and more. Continue on to Port Myron. This unique village is an eclectic collection of Italianate architecture and exotic flora, the life work of Sir Clough Williams Ellis. Day 6, take the narrow gauge Festinaw railways that climbs from Porthmadog to the former Slate capital of Blenau, Vestenlog. Or for Snowdonia, at its most mountainous, drive via pretty Begelert to the Llanberis Pass. Don't miss Canarpan Castle before crossing the road bridges that span the Menai Strait to the Isle of Anglesey. Ooh, sorry guys. Stop by Hallan Sea Salt Company on the largest Welsh island, Anglesey, to tour the salt coast. You'll get the chance to see and taste why this premium quality sea salt is a must-have ingredient. Llandudno, the largest seaside resort, has a wealth of well-preserved features, including Wales' longest pier. From here, the lush vale of Clyde leads southwards alongside the Clwydian range to castle-crowned Denbigh and medieval Ruthin, past Horseshoe Pass to Llangollen. Sorry, guys. All right, what village in North Wales is an eclectic mix of Italianate architecture created by Sir Clough Williams Ellis? We got Portamarant.
Yeah.
Correct. Yay, great work. All right. So that, I think, is the end of chapter 1. You've reached the end of chapter 1. You're on your way to becoming an Visit Wales Pro. Once you complete all chapters, you will receive your certificate, return to your training dashboard to continue with the next chapter. Enjoy. All right. So now we're going to discover Wales, okay? You guys learning anything? Again, it's just music right now. All right. So we have Northeast Wales. The epic landscapes of Northeast Wales are alive with action and a rich, distinctive culture. Find UNESCO World. Yeah, I wonder. Find UNESCO World Heritage Sites, one of Europe's oldest living languages and the UK's best adventures. From the bustling shops of the Wrexham to the culinary delights of the mold food and mold food and drink festival and the world famous Llangollen International Musical Eisteddfod, Northeast Wales is a diverse and full of culture. Discover the joys of the Cerlog Valley. If it's outstanding natural beauty you're after, you've come to the right place. A scenic area of waterfalls, cascades, and moorland in true Welsh style. It is the birthplace of poets, home to fine artists and craftsmen, and is bursting with activities for the adventurous. The gateway to the Berwyn Range is a little piece of heaven on earth, according to David Lloyd George, the only Prime Minister of the UK to speak Welsh as his first language. Then you have the river Ceiriog Springs out of the mountains, 1,800 feet above sea level, pours down the valley into the River Dee at the small town of Chirk. Famous for its medieval National Trust-run castle with its treasured gates and stained glass, here you'll find a full program of events, regular walking groups, and now even Seg Trek, which is a Segway tour of the 5.5 acre of Chirk Castle. That sounds like fun, huh? Anybody been on a Segway? I did that in New Orleans. Nola. Okay. Wrexham is the largest town in North Wales and is surrounded by wild natural beauty in every direction. It is the perfect base from which to explore North Wales' many wonders and even has a few hidden treasures of its own. Be enchanted by the 16th century Gothic parish church, St. Giles, the largest medieval church in Wales. Within walking distance from the town center is 1,200 acres of National Trust land where visitors can wander the grand chambers of the 18th century walled gardens of the breathtaking historic house, Birdwig Hall. The home was made famous as an upstairs, downstairs filled house filled with stories of the family and their servants. Set out on horseback, jump on a mountain bike, or stride out on foot to discover the stunning hillsides, forests, and heathlands of northeast Wales. With a history you can trace back for millions of years, the Clydeian Range makes up Wales' newest area of outstanding natural beauty. All right, Snowdonia Mountains. Okay, then there is the skyscraping Snowdonia National Park, well-known dramatic landscape of towering peaks, steep valleys. In fact, Sir Edmund Hillary used Mount Snowdon to train prior to being the first to reach the peak of Mount Everest in 1953. There are 6 routes. How many? 6 to the top that each take roughly 6 to 8 hours to reach the 3,560 feet summit, depending on your pace. It's probably take me about 2 days. All right, you can also reach the summit via the Snowdon Mountain Railway. Leaving the village of Llanberis, the trains take about 2.5 hours to reach the peak with stunning scenery all the way through. The trains depart Llanberis 3 times a day, and booking in advance during peak season is recommended. At the top, you'll find a cafe with panoramic views. Some tourists choose to take the train up and hike down, or vice versa, for a taste of nature, as well as a chance to relax in historic steam trains and revel in the landscape. Look closer, you'll discover an equally striking coastline hugging the shores of Cardigan Bay and the base of the Lynn Peninsula, all the way to Aberdeen. The park covers more than 40 miles and a huge variety of sea experiences like dolphin spotting and windsurfing. Next, the Welsh Coast. It's the ultimate waterfront walk, etching an unbroken 870-mile trail along the entire shoreline. The Wales Coast Path is the world's first continuous national coastal walking route. It's easy to dip in and dip out, whether you want to walk 3 miles or 30 miles. Look how beautiful. Wales is promoting a family of 3 unique national routes along the Wales Way: the Coastal Way, the Cambrian Way, and North Wales Way. Based around major roads traversing the length of the country, they connect things to see and do with places to stay and great spots to eat. 2 routes stick largely to the shores. The Coastal Way runs from the tip of the Lynn Peninsula all the way to Pembrokeshire. Whichever direction you travel, you'll have stunning sea views at your shoulder for much of the journey. Tracking the A55 across North Wales coast from the English border to the Isle of Anglesey, the North Wales Way takes in waterfront landscapes like the imposing medieval castles at Beaumaris and Conway. 50 islands are dotted around the coastline, from well-populated centers like Anglesey to tiny Cardigan Island off southwest Wales, where the only permanent residents are colonies of seabirds. Sacred Caldy Island in Pembrokeshire is home to Cistercian monks, while Holy Island off Anglesey owes its name to its wealth of ancient standing stones, burial chambers, and other religious sites. Curled around the edge of southwest Wales, the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park is one of a kind. It's still the only park in the UK that is completely coastal based. All right, so which mountain helped Sir Edmund Hillary train to reach the summit of Mount Everest?
Snowdon.
Snowdon, that's correct. Highest mountain elevation of 1,085. All right, everybody get that? Snowdon. All right, the Isle of Anglesey is the largest island in Wales and a magical hideaway waiting to be discovered. With standing stones, ancient burial mounds, the remains of booming copper mine, a World Heritage listed castle with 2 grand Victorian bridges, history really comes to life on Anglesey. Once called the Mother of Wales, this island has heaps of character. Perched in the far northwest of Wales, it has always had a strong sense of otherness. Where else would the locals have been bold enough to cook up Britain's longest place name? Okay, Christine, can you pronounce that for me?
No, I'm waiting to see you do it.
No, thank
That's
you.
definitely a one
Wow.
word.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so there's an independent spirit here with plenty of eclectic attractions to explore. The island has a genuine flavor, so much so that everyone from day trippers checking out Beaumaris buzzing new restaurant scene to a certain royal couple is made to feel at home. It's where Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, lived from 2010 to 2013. Less than 300 square miles in extent, the island is far smaller than most British countries, but there's plenty of variety in its breezy open landscapes. Much of Anglesey's 125-mile coast is an area of outstanding natural beauty. A lovely collection of sand dunes, coves, and cliffs with pretty villages and pebble beaches. A stroll or a hike along the Anglesey coastal path is a great way to explore. At 130 miles or 200 kilometers long, you are sure to find plenty to do. Some sections double as a cycle route and bridle way. Once you've made it all the way around, you can claim a badge and a certificate from the Friends of the Isle of Anglesey coastal path. The island contains 3 of the 6 Welsh heritage coasts. It's home to the fine architecture like Plas Newydd, an elegant National Trust mansion, and the World Heritage listed Beaumaris Castle. After, head to Newborough and try one of Wales' most innovative restaurants, the Marham Grass. With a daily flight, Monday through Friday, flight to Cardiff from Anglesey, approximately 45 minutes, travel back and forth is quick and easy for your clients. So the Wales Coast Path is the world's first continuous national coastal walking route. How many miles does it stretch?
870.
870. That is correct. Stretches around the entire shoreline. All right, you guys got that? 870 miles. Thank you so much. All right, Cardigan Bay. Cute. Fresh air and freedom and adventure make Cardigan Bay and Ceredigion the perfect destination to get away. Take a dolphin spotting boat trip from New Quay, walk the coast path, catch a wave, or simply enjoy some family fun at one of the many blue flag beaches. Head inland for mountain, lakes, and waterfalls, or market towns and romantic wilderness. The bottom part of Cardigan Bay gives way to Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, the only coastal park in the UK. In Ceredigion, brace yourself for perfect beaches, empty spaces, and great cheese. This is one of the least spoilt areas of Britain with a perfect combination of coast and countryside. The countryside is all about tradition, traditional family farms, and lonely mountain lanes. The coast doesn't do fun fairs, but excels in perfect coves. It is one of the great cheese producing regions of Europe as well. So you have the southern stretch of the coast has absolute gems like Morant, Lockton, oh my gosh, Penbryn, and Tresat, which looks like idolized illustrations from books about pirates. Further north around Aberystwyth and Borth are huge stretches of sand, and all are lapped by Cardigan Bay, home to big populations of dolphins and porpoises, which you are almost guaranteed to see. The Typhi Valley has some classic rural market towns, Tregaron, Lampeter, Llandersel, and Senarth, which are where the Welsh farming community go to do their shopping. On the coast, there are lovely fishing towns and villages like New Quay, Aberaeron, and West Wales cultural capital, Aberystwyth. Aberystwyth and Lampeter have the cosmopolitan flair that comes from being university towns. Then there is also the history, like the ruined Abbey at Strata, Florida, for children to explore. Grand country houses like Leon Sharon, the Vale of Rheidol Railway, and the silver lead mining heritage. And of course, the Welsh language itself, which flourishes here. The Typhi Valley produces cheeses that have been voted the best in the world, beating out many French and Italian competitors. It's part of a huge food rival in the area. So you'll find lots of traditional family favorites on the local menus. Cause Typhi cheese, one of the most highly awarded cheesemakers in Britain, is a tasty option. You can visit the organic farm and see the process of cheese making Monday through Friday mornings. It's also easy to find Cause Typhi in local pubs, restaurants, and supermarkets if you'd like, just like a taste. All right, next, Mid Wales and Brecken beacons. Mid Wales is the green heart of Wales. The clear seas, bright harbors, hidden coves of the coastline gives way to red kite-filled skies, busy market towns, and dramatic hill walks. Spectacular scenery, devilish legends, and a proud maritime past gives Mid Wales endless opportunities for exploration. Follow in the footsteps of some of the country's first ancestors. This is a place full of Iron and Bronze Age hill forts and landmarks such as Pendinas on the edge of Aberystwyth. At the top of the hill are the remains of a fort dating back to around 400 BC. Take in the views over the Ceredigion coast from this lofty vantage point. Compared to the prehistoric hill forts, the medieval castles that dot the landscape are new kids on the block. One of the most atmospheric fortresses is Carrigsenen at the western edge of the Brecken beacons. Occupying a cliff-top perch overlooking their surrounding countryside, it survived a number of battles in its long history. The Brecken beacons doesn't only serve up spectacular scenery and nature, though it has that in its spades, it's also home to arts, activities, culture, and some of the world's most unusual sports. In 2012, the Brecken Beacons National Park became the first international dark sky reserve in Wales. Thanks to its lack of light pollution, it is the perfect place for serious stargazing. Named as the official bird of Wales in 2000, the red kite was once on the brink of extinction. Now, thanks to committed conservation efforts in the Brecken beacons, they are now a frequent sight in the skies. Head to Llanrydreth Wells, a few miles from the Brecken Beacons National Park's northern edge for sporting adventures with a difference. You wouldn't know it at first glance, but this little town is a global center for alternative sports like bog snorkeling, stone skipping, and mountain bike chariot racing. Do you guys know what bog snorkeling is? No shortage. Yeah, we got to go see the dolphins, huh? Love to see the animals. The largest island in Wales is it Anglesey?
Yes.
Yay, great job. It is. All right, so the largest island in Wales is Anglesey. All right, Cardiff. Look at the castles. How cool is that? For a taste of cosmopolitan culture and centuries-old tradition in one bite, the capital Cardiff serves all in style. Cardiff offers top-tier shopping, spectacular museums, fantastic dining, eclectic entertainment. Plus, the city is easy to explore on foot, making it accessible for a trip of any duration. Find your sense of place in Cardiff by beginning at Cardiff Castle. Smack in the city center, this amazing architectural gem is a combination of Roman fort, medieval castle, and extravagant Victorian fantasy palace that reflects the wealth that was created in Cardiff's historic docklands. These riches are what made Cardiff the city it is today. The wealth is also evidenced through Cardiff's green spaces and its white stone civic center. Visitors must stroll through Butte Park and head across to the National Museum Cardiff, which includes everything from paleontology to masterpiece paintings from Van Gogh, Renoir, Monet, and Cézanne. It's been said you can visit to enjoy one of the best collections of Impressionist paintings outside of Paris. For more museum culture, visitors can also stop by the nearby village of St. Fagans and its National Museum of History, where landmark buildings from all over the country have been re-erected. The performing arts has been perfected at the Wales Millennium Centre, an iconic hub for culture. The centre is home to the Wales National Opera and offers backstage tours for those that want to take a peek at how the magic of the theater all comes together. For a dose of shopping, Cardiff is laced with delightful Victorian and Edwardian canopied arcades, the most of any British city, all of which are lined with specialty shops. Sports enthusiasts can worship at the Principality Stadium, which is a shrine of rugby, but also a venue for all other types of sports and entertainment. Stadium tours are available to explore one of the world's largest indoor arenas. There is also the Cardiff International White Water, a water sports center that offers whitewater rafting, canoeing, and kayaking on its purpose-built course. Or try the adrenaline-fueled indoor flow rider machine. Mermaid Quay plays host to a whole menu of funky bars, tasty restaurants, and amusements. Weekends in the summer, terrace culture is in full swing. And then life in Cardiff Bay centers around the water. So a boat trip from the capital is a must. Visitors can hit the water in several ways. From Mermaid Quay to see the bay from the water, take a high-speed inflatable rib boat trip out through the locks to the Bristol Channel. Beyond, if you fancy something of the white knuckle variety, or just putter about on a water taxi or pleasure boat. All right, South Wales. Beyond Cardiff, South Wales is a hub of sporting events and Welsh culture. Discover coastal hikes, vibrant communities, and serenity of the Wye Valley. Find your epic adventure in the South Wales valleys with a green, welcoming landscape and loads of opportunities within a short drive from Cardiff. Both thrill seekers and family adventurers alike can find a space to suit them. The valleys are full of fantastic cycling routes as well, like the Taft Trail, linking the valleys to Cardiff. Discover Abergavenny, a lively market town at the edge of the Brecken Beacons National Park, famous for its annual food festival. For 2 days every September, the Abergavenny Food Festival transformed the town streets into an enormous buffet of food stalls, chef demonstrations, and entertainment. It's the biggest event in the UK foodie calendar. The town center is packed with coffee shops and restaurants like the Fig Tree Espresso or the Art Shop and Chapel. or sample a bit of real local flavor at Sugarloaf Vineyard, set at the lower slopes of Sugar Mountain overlooking the town. Discover Safartha Castle in Merthy, Tydrifil. It became the most populated town in Wales at the turn of the century. At the turn of the 19th century, with people drawn from all over the world to work at the ironworks owned by the Guest and Crochet families. Cyfartha Castle was built by William Crochet II in 1824, and the museum offers fascinating insights into the history. The quality of the 5 mountain biking trails of Afon Forest draws visitors from all corners of Britain. There are many other attractions as well, including numerous walks and the Afon Forest 4x4 tour. And no trip to South Wales is complete without a visit to Chirophili Castle. This is the biggest and arguably the most impressive castle in a country that isn't short of an ancient monument or two. The castle even outleans the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Just a short drive from Cardiff, the Chirophili Castle is surrounded by an elaborate collection of moats and islands, and was renovated during the 9th century under the instruction of industrial magnate, the 3rd Marquis of Bute. South Wales is also home to Vale of Neath, a fascinating area featuring dramatic waterfalls. Pontna de Affection, sorry, is a good place to start the exploration. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. All right. Carmarthenshire, home to a wondrous gardens, awe-inspiring castles, Wales' longest beaches, and market towns brimming with local produce and chic shopping. Stretching from Carmarthen Bay in the south to the Western Beacons and Cambrian Mountains in the north. Visit Linney-fan-Fash, the lake in the Brecken Beacons, that is surrounded by the steep escarpments of the Carmarthen Fans. Learn everything there is to know about the mythical Lady of the Lake during the 4-mile walk there and back. There are a number of impressive ancient fortifications in Carmarthenshire, and Tidwelly Castle certainly one to know. The original Norman castle of earth and wood dates back to the 12th century, and the impressive stone structure still standing is 600 years old. Film buffs may recognize Tidwelly from brief appearances at the beginning of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The town of Lafarnie on the estuary of the River Taff, is best known as the home of Dylan Thomas. Lafarnie was thought to be the inspiration of Thomas's best known play Under Milk Wood. An essential visit in Carmarthenshire is the National Botanic Gardens, a great place for kids to explore and for adults of all ages to stroll around. Pembrokeshire, rated by National Geographic magazine as the 2nd best coastline in the world, Pembrokeshire has 186 miles of magnificent and varied coastline, and more than, look at the castle, how cool, more than 50 beaches. Choose between lively Tenby and Saudersfoot or peaceful St. Davis and Newport. The Pembrokeshire Coast Path National Trail twists and turns its way through the most breathtaking coastal scenery in Britain. It's an intricate ribbon of weather-worn cliffs, dazzling beaches, and secret coves. Walking the entirety of the path, 186 miles, is like climbing the height of Mount Everest. Yeah. In spring, explore woodlands carpeted with bluebells or meadows bursting with samphire, cowslips, harebells, and campions. In summer, butterflies dance through the arches of honeysuckle and over clouds of thrift and gorse. Come autumn and winter, the coast is the perfect place to scout out pubs and other cozy retreats. Let me have a drink quick. The national park is fantastic for wildlife watching as well. Every year, puffins and Manx shearwaters return to the islands of Colby, Grasholm, Stockholm, Skomer, and Ramsey to nest. And occasionally a pod of dolphins will come in. People love to visit Pembrokeshire for cozy country cottage breaks. They spend their days walking sandy stretches of coast or visiting beautiful islands such as Caldy Island. Don't miss Britain's smallest city, St. David's, with its charming boutiques and cafes, home to the stunning cathedral founded by the patron saint of Wales himself. The city has a rich history in medieval times. Two pilgrimages to St. David's, which was the equivalent of one pilgrimage to Rome, and 3 pilgrimages was the equivalent to the Holy Land. The town of Haverfordwest is the region's enter and from. Here there are great bus links to places of interest. You can reach Haverfordwest by train in less than 3 hours from Cardiff. Then you have the first international dark sky reserve in Wales. Which one is the first international dark sky reserve? Please know. Anybody?
It's the Beacon Brecken.
Thank you. Right again. You guys are very smart. Thank you. All right. Swansea Bay is a city by the sea and a rural seaside retreat all in one. Experience Wales' cultural city and UK's first area of outstanding national beauty, the Gower Peninsula. Unwind on an award-winning beaches, walk the Gower Coast path, or go wild for water sports. Explore the coast, castles, and caves, and discover how the sea has shaped the Welsh heritage. A striking architectural landmark in its own right, the National Waterfront Museum celebrates the industrial and maritime history of Wales dating back to the 1800s. This is a highly interactive guide, though an age when Wales supplied the world with coal and steel and countless inventions like Richard Trevithick's groundbreaking steam locomotive. Swansea is a vibrant center for art, and the Glendivian Art Gallery is widely recognized as the city's premier venue for art exhibitions. Swansea is also the birthplace of renowned poet and writer Dylan Thomas. Visit 5 Quindonkin Drive and take a peek at Dylan's birthplace and family home. For a free interactive exhibition that tells the tale of the talented Arthur, visit Dylan Thomas Center. Guided tours are available for groups of all ages. Take a trip to Mumbles, a vibrant seaside village where visitors will find more than 120 shops, restaurants, and pubs hugging the west side of the Swansea Bay. A rich source of great seafood, much of the local produce finds itself being served in restaurants of London and Paris. Though there are numerous parks and gardens worth visiting in Swansea, but for sheer drama, Klein Gardens is particularly notable for its exotic planting ranges. The dramatic landscape of the Gower Peninsula must be seen to be believed. There are numerous attractions to enjoy in this remarkable outcrop of land. Three Cliff Bays is regularly voted one of the most dramatic locations in Britain, requiring a 20-minute walk to reveal its secret. The huge sweep Russelley Bay, featuring the broad expanse of Langaneth Beach, is equally awe-inspiring. All right, congratulations. You reached the end of the second chapter on our way to becoming the Wales Pro. Once you complete all chapters, you'll receive your certificate, return to the training dashboard to continue with the next chapter. All right, last one. Let me tell my daughter. Hey there, I have one more thing and then we'll be leaving. So probably about a half hour I'll be leaving. Okay, sorry. All right, so now we're going to learn explore Wales. All right, so now we're going to learn the exciting places to see and visit. Okay. Nature. Beautiful, beautiful. So nature and wildlife thrive in Wales, which is hardly surprising considering that the country has 3 national parks, 5 areas of outstanding natural beauty, miles and miles of protected heritage coast, and countless nature reserves. Start on a natural high at the Diffie Osprey project in a reserve near Mackinac. Oh my gosh. There's a good chance of seeing these extremely rare birds thanks to webcam streaming from Nest to Visitor Center. How cool. It's a UNESCO biosphere, the only one in Wales. Okay. All right. Puffins. I love puffins. Head into the remote Cambrian mountains, the wild heartland of Wales, and the Allan Valley lakelands. This string of scenic, beautifully engineered reservoirs blend into a landscape that's one of Wales' most important wildlife refuges. Activities at the Allan Valley Visitor Center include themed nature walks and sheep shearing demonstrations. Look out for red kites. These large fork-tailed birds were once almost extinct, but have made a dramatic comeback. Get up close and personal at Gigrin Farm near Rhyador, where hundreds of red kites can be found year-round. Near Cardigan, the Welsh Wildlife Center and its panoramic treetop glasshouse cafe reveal what nature is up to in the Typhi marshes. Follow paths to excluded corners of the nature reserve or go canoeing or cycling. Complete your nature journey into Pembrokeshire, where the Coast National Park teems with wildlife. You'll be among Manx, shearwaters, razorbills, or even puffins on a boat trip to Scomer Island from Martin's Haven. Back on land, follow the coast path across the headlands carpeted in wild flowers and watch skies, cliffs, and seas stack alive with colonies of seabirds. So where can visitors see red kite birds year-round?
It's the Gigrin Farm.
Which one is it?
It's the Gigrin Farm.
Gigrin Farm. That is correct. Very good. Thank you so much. Gigrin Farm, red kite birds. All right, now the cities. Which cities do you want to visit? In addition to Cardiff, Wales is home to other cultural cosmopolitan cities that offer bursts of culture amid the surrounding natural splendor of the countryside. Coastal Swansea is the second largest city in Wales. Enjoy a night on the town on Wynn Street, or maybe a morning at the largest covered market in the country. For a literary adventure, visit Dylan Thomas Center to learn about the famed poet and writer. A city on the rise, Newport has all the usual suspects when it comes to eating out. Usually at the leisure complex, Friars Walk. Home to Newport, Tiny Rebel is the youngest and only Welsh brewery to win the Champion Beer of Britain award. Take a tour of the brewery to see where the magic happens. From hops to bubbles, visitors can also get a fresh perspective of the city from almost 250 feet up on the Transporter Bridge. Built in 1906 and being only one of 6 transporter bridges worldwide, cross the River Usk and take in the views. Arts and community at Hub La Pub is well loved by locals. Its mission statement is to provide the people of Newport with a vibrant art space that is open to all, permeates every event. From open mics to local musicians, inventive stand-up, and their annual The Big Busk event. A small but lively city and university town, Bangor is in Snowdonia, has ancient roots that can be traced to the 6th century. Bangor has a lot of leisure facilities, including pool and a pier, as well as a shopping scene along High Street. Visit the iconic Pontio for theater productions, film, music, circus, dance, and other performing arts. And don't miss Penrhyn Castle, the National Trust Mansion. St. Safi is home to the annual North Wales International Music Festival taking place in September. While you're there, stop by 13th century St. Asaph Cathedral, the smallest ancient cathedral in Great Britain. Visit to see the William Morgan Bible, the first complete translation of the Bible into Welsh from Greek and Hebrew. Pretty St. David's in West Wales is the UK's smallest city. Despite its size, it's known for its cute cafes, boutiques, and galleries, and is the UK's smallest city. Located within Pembrokeshire Coast National Park, it makes an ideal base for exploring the coastline. Visit the famous cathedral, which dates back to the 6th century and was founded by St. David himself, the patron saint of Wales. Pay a visit to the Bishop's Palace for a sense of the affluence and power of the medieval church, and maybe even catch an open-air theater performance. Afterwards, be sure to stop in Oriel Park Information Center for art exhibitions, souvenirs, and advice on walking trails. Blah. Activities and adventures. So you have Wales has a bit of a reputation when it comes to activities of all kinds, from relaxing to the adrenaline pumping. Mountain biking centers offer world-class single track trails, free ride hotspots, and wild backcountry rides for beginners and pros. The National Cycle Network in Wales provides more than 1,200 miles of freewheeling adventure, and any number of traffic-free scenic rides will have you all have all you need for lovely family day out. The Welsh love to get wet. It has nothing to do with the weather. There's canoeing and whitewater rafting in some of Britain's cleanest rivers. The seas are a playground for fantastic surfing, kayaking, and coast steering. The Welsh made sport of rock hopping, shore scrambling, cave exploring, and cliff jumping. With many miles of coastline and an interior scattered with rivers and wild lakes, it's no wonder that fishing in Wales is among the very best in Britain. Whether a lowland reservoir or a glacial cirque, a wild game fishing water, or a private course fishing lake, there's no shortage of places to cast the line. Take a walk in Wales and find superb scenery in the various walking regions, whether coast, mountains, valleys, or hills. In the great outdoors, visitors will discover well-marked national trails for some of the most inspirational hiking in the UK. Walking holidays and shorter routes, perfect for an afternoon stroll. Beginners and experts alike can enjoy perfect waves at the world's first inland surf lagoon at Adventure Park Snowdonia. The center in North Wales also provides instructor-led outdoor trips like gorge walking, rock climbing, abseiling, mountain biking, and coasteering. For some excitement on a rainy day, head over to the Adrenaline Indoors and take part in the intricate obstacle course, or even fly across the surf lagoon on a zip line. Try the longest zip line in Europe on for size at Zip World. Based on a former Slate mine, Zip World's Penryn quarry has breathtaking views of the site that once employed 2,000 people to mine slate over 2 centuries. Hold on tight and take in the vista as you soar 500 feet in the air at 100 miles per hour. Thought to be the world's fastest zip line. For an indoor delight, try Bounce Below at Zip World Slate Caverns. Hidden underneath in an old cavern, will find a subterranean playground installed with huge bouncy nets and illuminated by technicolored lights. For a complete list of whale-based operators specializing in adventure activities, please refer to our travel trade website here. Okay. And then again, you can click there. It'll take you into the additional sites. Oops. In 15 minutes. Sorry, I can't type. Okay. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so get in touch with the team. Again, more information for your files, okay? All right, another video. Okay. Sorry. Okay, next. Hey, that's enough. The National Cycle Network provides how many miles of cycle paths? So it looks like 400. Is that 800, 1200, or 1600?
1,200.
1200. All right. 1200. That is correct. You're very smart. Thank you so much. All right, food and drink. Who's hungry? Bring a healthy appetite. Welsh produce is famous for its freshness and flavor, not to mention the artisan skills that go into everything from sea salt to farmhouse cheeses, craft beers to baked goods. Buy direct at farm shops, food festivals, and producers markets. Dine out at Michelin star restaurants, bistros, and beach shacks, where dishes are inspired by bountiful local larder of seafood, Welsh lamb, and beef. Try mussels from Conway Estuary. With their salt and freshwater habitat, they are arguably the best in Britain. Lobsters and crabs from the Lynn Peninsula and elsewhere along the coast are another specialty. Suan, the local name for sea trout, is still fish in the traditional way in coracles. Tiny, wobbly one-man boats on the Tywai and Typhi rivers. Ooh. Nowadays, Welsh cheeses enjoy a stellar reputation for their variety and quality. Most are handcrafted down on the farm, the complete opposite of mass production, so they are bursting with individual flavor. The hearty broth known as Welsh cawl is a warming treat. Traditionally made with whatever seasonal ingredients are available, every cook has their own take on this classic dish, though you can generally expect to see more lamb and leek. Although the Romans are to thank for introducing wine to the region, modern day Wales is gaining a reputation for its growing number of award-winning vineyards throughout the country. The Welsh Anchor Hill Estates 2008 vintage was voted best sparkling wine in the world at the Bollicini del Mondo International Competition in Italy. There are now more than a dozen commercial vineyards in operation all over the country. What's particularly appealing is that so many are open to the public to visit and sample the local produce firsthand. Okay. All right. And then the Welsh heritage. Unlock the past with a sightseeing tour with a specialist guide. Watch as they bring to life the wonderful castles, monuments, and museum with tales of poets, princes, dragons, and ghosts. In the Senarth Cardigan and National Wool Museum tour, West Wales specialist Marion Davies will show you the heritage-rich Typhi Valley. Visit Cardigan, an elegant, largely Welsh-speaking town with dramatic Norman castle, and Senarth, home to the National Coracle Center and 17th Mill. Distilling centuries of history into a 2-day tour, Celticos will show you the best of Celtic, Roman, and medieval North Wales and introduce you to the story of the Princess Gwynedd. The fascinating route covers more than a dozen castle forts and burial chambers in Snowdonia and Anglesey, including Conry, Carnarfon, Saguntium, and Dalaban. Thank you, guys. Created by local Dylan Thomas enthusiast Bob Stevens, the Dylan Thomas Birthday Walk in La Farne is a 2-mile self-guided walk around La Farne, inspiring landscapes marked by benches engraved with lines of the great man's poetry. That'd be cool. If you were born into a family with Welsh roots but have never visited the places where your ancestors lived, Celtic Coast can help. They will connect you with specialist genealogical research who will piece together your family tree and plan a tour of the places where your forefathers were born, married, or buried, and sites where they farmed or mined. Another great ancestry resource is the National Library of Wales. The library is a great resource for family history research in Wales, as it holds a large variety of records. The lower Taw Valley, where the River Taw flows south towards Swansea Bay, was a hive of copper, coal, and lead, nickel, and porcelain production in the 18th and 19th centuries. At one time, more than 90% of the world's copper came from Swansea. With Planet Wales, the story of Wales can be as short and sweet or as long and involved as you like. They will tailor a guided tour of the most absorbing heritage sites lasting anything from a day to several days according to your interests. A qualified historian will tell you about the people who shaped the land and show you why Wales has more castles per square mile than any other country on earth. For a complete list of the tour operators, click here. Again, you can click there, it'll take you here. You can also click here and it'll take you here. Okay, so again, not found. Okay, so it won't click there. All right, the culture. Let's learn about the culture. When it comes to historic museums and art galleries in Wales, you're spoilt for choice. The diversity of the places and people waiting to inspire you ranges from tales of Roman invasion, works by award-winning contemporary craftspeople, iconic paintings, and stories of the Industrial Revolution. For amazing insights into Welsh history and culture, the National Museum takes some beating. There are 7 of them spread throughout the country, each focusing on different aspects of the rich and varied heritage. Best of all, these amazing places are free to enter, yes, or discover the history of coins and how they are made by at the Royal Mint Experience in Lantrasant. Whichever bit of Wales you head for, you'll find yourself within easy distance of the world's finest castles and awe-inspiring landmarks. There are more than 600 of them, from Roman times to millionaires, follies of the 19th century, making Wales the castle capital of Europe. From defensive beginnings and conflict of civil war to Tudor banqueting and Victorian decadence, the architectural splendor of these fortresses always stirs the soul. Everybody associates Wales with wonderful landscapes. The gardens and country parks across Wales make the most of the incredible natural scenery. Whether you're a nature lover, a picnic connoisseur, or go giddy for exotic flowers, plants, and statues, there is romance and adventure to be had across the verdant corners of Wales. Some of the finest gardens in Wales have been immaculately restored and maintained by the National Trust, often with a castle or stately home thrown in for good measure. Wales is known as the land of song, a term coined because of the unique choral singing and Eisteddfod events that take place annually in July and August. The word Eisteddfod has no linguistic equivalent in English besides the term session. However, in Welsh, it is used to define a competitive festival of the arts, particularly in singing and poetry. These festivals have shaped Welsh musical culture into a distinct phenomenon that people from across the globe travel to experience. Male voice choirs are also angelic delight. Groups are welcoming to watch rehearsals by prior arrangements, and the tradition of choral singing is also reinforced throughout the passionate singing of the national anthem at the start of the rugby matches. All right, the Conway estuary, whatever, is known for its shrimp, mussels, crab, or oysters. Anybody?
Mussels.
Mussels, all right.
Mussels.
Got mussels. That is great work, and that is correct. All right, how about the castles? Beautiful castles. Wales is unbeatable when it comes to castles, and we think that Britain's best castles can be found within our borders. But you should come and judge for yourself. From defensive beginnings and the conflict of civil war to Tudor banqueting and Victorian decadence, the architectural splendor of these fortresses always stirs the soul. Edward I's fearsome iron ring of colossal fortresses represent Europe's most ambitious and concentrated medieval building project in the troubled 13th century when Wales was in conflict with England. This iron ring of castles was constructed around Snowdonia. Today, they survive as some of the world's finest medieval monuments. 4, Carnarpan, Conway, Beaumaris, and Harlech have been designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Part of the coastal UNESCO World Heritage Site, the mighty Canarpan Castle remains one of the most visually arresting sights you'll ever see. Perched on a rock against the backdrop of Snowdonia, Conway Castle has an indisputable magical feel. Great halls, private chapels, and royal chambers went through this medieval marble. Harlech Castle is designed on a concentric plan with a small but powerful inner ward dominated by an impressive twin-towered gatehouse and 4 round corner towers. Seen from the bluff of rock to the south of the town, the view of the castle, sea, and mountain panorama is truly breathtaking. In Welsh, Beaumaris Castle directly translates to beautiful marsh. It is often referred to as the great unfinished masterpiece as money ran out before it reached full height. It is beautifully located on Anglesey, overlooking the Menai Strait, affording wonderful views across to the Snowdonian Mountains. The imposing beauty of Lafarney Castle is forever associated with Dylan Thomas, who escaped the writer's block at the 11th century ruins. Discover his inspiration within the Victorian gardens, where Dylan wrote in the castle's garden summer house. Reggian Castle's striking round towers make this fortress a singular classic, and there's every chance you'll be enraptured from the moment you see the astonishing gatehouse, which once denied Oliver Cromwell at the end of the Civil War. The folkloric 12th century castle of Dinnefar Park is hugely atmospheric and run by Cadwy. Climb atop for a view of the majestic hilltop location above the Tywee Valley. The National Trust-owned surrounding grounds are home to the stately Newton House, a nature reserve, cottages, ponds, a croquet lawn, and a tea room. You could take a guided tour to learn more about the history of the country house and land. Every view from the incredible medieval Cardiff Castle could be a picture postcard, and its history is the stuff of a legend, from Norman baggings to conflict in the Middle Ages and Victorian domesticity. The largest castle in Wales and the second largest in Britain is Carfili Castle. Was locked within water defenses when it was built by the English during the 13th century. The outside, among an array of delights, boasts 4 sledge engines, and the inside has a hollowed, majestic feel. These are just a few of the most iconic castles of Wales. There are dozens upon dozens more just waiting to be discovered. The word Cadwy means to keep or to protect in Welsh. As such, the organization protects the historic environment of the country and looks after a variety of attractions, including 44 unique castles. They offer 3 to 7 day explorer passes, which allows travelers the freedom to explore dozens of attractions. The passes feature trade discounts as well as up to 25% in commission, 25% in commission for operators. All right. Seaside, from dramatic coastlines, fishing villages, and Britain's only coastal-based national park, the seaside in Wales is among the most iconic in Great Britain. The waters of the Gold Coast have been sailed by saints and smugglers, traders and fishermen. Their salty ports and harbors are still there, along with modern marinas and characterful seaside resorts. Tenby, a Georgian gem, and Victorian Llandudno are two shining examples. What's more, the theme embraces all of Wales' shores, the green-fringed lakesides and riverbanks, as well as sandy bays and beaches. And since nowhere in Wales is more than an hour from the coast, it's easy to enjoy the best of both worlds in the mountains and beside the sea. That's nice to know. So the waters around Wales yield superb seafood like Conway mussels, Lynn lobsters, pen-clawed cockles. It's a rich maritime bounty that plays a starring role in celebrations across Wales, like the Gweld Conway Feast, takes place annually at the end of October, and seafood festivals on Cardigan Bay and the Isle of Anglesey. Spot porpoises, seals, seabirds, jump off cliffs into the sea. It's called coasteering, a sport invented in Pembrokeshire. Go surfing in the sea and deep in the country at the world's first island surfing lagoon. Don't miss the special events that are always staged near the sea. Several of Wales' beaches like Rhossili, Barafundle, and Tenby are regularly voted Britain's best. Tenby Harbor, with its pastel-colored Georgian buildings, provides a perfect backdrop for a day out. Surfers, swimmers, and rock poolers love spending weekends and holidays on the Welsh seaside, chilling out with the family and friends, and walkers adore it too. When the Wales Coast Path opened in 2012, Lonely Planet named the coast the top region to visit in the world. All right, visitors can explore the Dylan Thomas Birth Walk in where? Was that La Farney? I don't remember.
Fourth one.
The fourth one? This one?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yep, great job. Whoop, whoop. You've reached the end of the chapter. You are now a Visit Wales Pro. Feel free to explore the rest of the content to increase your knowledge of Wales. Refresh your training knowledge at any time by visiting the Retain tab at the main page. Congratulations. All right, so you should be able to view your diploma right here. Make sure you guys do that. Make sure you post it. All right, view your diploma. So right here, you're going to download it. You're going to print it. You're going to email it. Let people know you're a specialist, okay? Post it on our group pages. Post it on your social media. Again, let people know. Post it in our chat groups. Tell people what they missed, okay? So again, congratulations, everybody. I'm excited for you guys. Go here to retain. You can go here to sell, promote, okay? So definitely stay plugged in. As I said, on Friday, Christine's going to be doing Dallas. We're going to be doing Hawaii, the Big Island, on Saturday. And then we're going to finish Azamara, the cruise line. If you haven't completed that, the first ones are right here. You can catch up. All right. So did you guys learn anything? I hope so. And again, thank you for joining us. Post.
Do you have a second or no?
Real quick, I'm supposed to be somewhere at 2. What's up?
Look, I need you to look at it before we do Hawaii, because you have the same video on your YouTube marked as the same thing. You got 2 of the same video.
Okay.
I was going through and catching up on my Hawaii, and the video, I've got the video for same video for 2 different ones.
So we've already done the Big Island?
No, it's the one marked as, you got one of them marked as hold on, I got them saved here. I got them up.
Okay, yeah, just send me, if you could just send me what they're called, and then I'll look through my Zoom and try to find the right one. So meaning I probably renamed or named it incorrectly, probably.
And it's the same video named differently, if I'm not mistaken. One is named Hawaii Island Cert Training and the other one is named, well, yeah, it's on there twice.
Okay. All right, so maybe I just need to delete it or something. We just,
I'll go through and look at it real quick and I'll get a hold
All
of you
right.
later.
yeah,
try to
have
figure out which one we're
Christine also
missing.
take a, yeah, have Christine also take a look too, and so we can make sure.
Okay.
So again, we're trying to keep these all in order, guys. So again, have patience with us. Again, I appreciate Christine and Sandy for jumping in and helping me keep this all in order and covering for me. Because again, we love to do this. We love to help everybody. So again, stay plugged in with us, guys. Join us every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Keep thinking of the ones you want to do for next month. But definitely, you get lots of perks with these too. So stay plugged in. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Sandy. And I'll get back to you. My daughter's going to do my lashes before I go out of town. So that's why I have to run. So, but love you guys again. Have fun. Stay plugged in. All right. Yeah, I like it. Helps me. Okay. All right, Glenda. Yeah, sorry. And starting next month or starting in May, we're not going to be doing Sundays for the summer. Give you guys a day off and have family time. Okay. So have a great day, guys, and we'll get the schedule out for April, hopefully today or tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oops. Oops.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Oops. We just